I'm your host, named Mohammad Rafi, and here is my YouTube channel, Zameen Universal. Today I'm going to tell you the history of the Jews, and you must be all wondering because of what's happening in Gaza. In fact, that has been happening for the last 100 years. Much before that, it was planned, and you can see the extent of cruelty of this people. Have you ever wondered why it is about Jews that throughout history people have despised them? If they were indeed God's chosen, they had to be the unluckiest people in the history of the world. Now, why were they persecuted? Why had the Nazis herded them into cattle cars and taken them to extermination camps to dispose once for all the Jewish problem? Now, I'm not using the word Jews here because there are good Jews, practicing Jews, religious Jews, and real Jews, not the Polish, not the dirtiest Eastern European who just moved there and they drink, they womanize, they gamble, they are known sharkers, they have all the ills in this society. They introduce homosexuality, they introduce all kind of perversions in sects, and they are the one who produce all the sins, the crimes, the murders. For them, to killing babies and screaming and burning them, or having a decapitated baby being held by the father and crying and seeing the babies trembling because of the fear and the sound of the dum bum supplied by the one other criminal, Joe Biden, who calls himself that you don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist. So this is the history of people, and the people who align with them and who are complicit with them, just like Nikki Haley, daughter of a Sikh. She is a shame for the whole Sikh family. And I'm sure with the money she gets from Epic, it is that her body, her brain, her vote, everything has been, I think, bought by the Jews, and you can see her how she is sitting in the feet of Natenyahu, Natenyahu having his shoes on her neck. So you see most of these senators and the congressmen who get money from Epic and fight and use it for their election, they are the ones who have already sold their souls to Epic. So this is how this Jewish community works. This is how they control the governments, Congress, Senate, the regime change. This is how they spy on other people. This is how they threaten International Criminal Court and the International Court of Justice. So you can see for yourself what has been happening in Gaza is a norm for these people, and they wonder whether they have any right to exist. If they don't have any right to exist, why have they been forced by America and Great Britain in the heart of the Muslim world, in the most sacred land of prophets, and come with an illegitimate occupier and colonized a place which they never ever existed there before? They are not those Jews, the followers of Abraham and the followers of Isaac or the followers of David, Solomon, or Moses. They aren't. They are those people out of the 14 tribes, but from the 12 who left and despised the prophet Moses, and they said bad things about God Almighty and the prophets, and they never ever then became religious. They just putting a cap on the head does not make you a Jew, or wearing in front of a wall doesn't make you a Jew. It is your inside which is dirty, filthy, and smells like feces. And I'm amazed that Biden, how dare he says he is now the arbitrator when he has supplied the dumb bombs to kill all those children. He is the one who has given them all the support, munition, and veto power at the United Nations Security Council. Why doesn't he send his jets to bomb Israel? And then you can see for yourself the whole killing in Rafah, the training in North and South Gaza will stop. What the hell is it on the October the 7th? What happened? You are crying, just for 2,000 people. Hell, you, but 100 years you have been killing, taking their homes, taking their lands, destroying their greenhouses, bulldozing their mosques, their universities, their schools, their colleges, their hospitals. What have you left? Even you have destroyed their museums and archives, so they have no history. Damn hell with you, you won't. Listen to the speech of the Irish parliamentarian, and he says in what deepest pits of the hell you are going to go. And that's what they are praying. It's one of the Christian, and you can understand, one of the European. And I think there will be now museums sent all over the body, all over the world, just like damn you people had the Holocaust Museum. There will be now museum of the baby killer, and where you will stand with Natenyahu and with Joe Biden and all your complicit, the War Council, and all those extremist ministers who want to wipe the Palestinians from this earth and be carrying and killing the baby. And just like in Oslo, Norway, you have that baby park, this park, but the first one I am going to fund it. Now the first one, I request, is going to go to the Irish Prime Minister, and as long as they give the permission and the place, they'll build a beautiful park with a museum where the whole world can see the crimes and spit on your dirty face and the American support you got all along with this genocide. Same I will do with Spain. Whole world who goes there as tourists should also visit this museum, and I'm going to show you that what's going to happen to you when the people will know your past. They will have nothing but spit on your face and blacken your face, and that's what you deserve.
When you look at the photographs and the pictures and the videos that come from there, and you hear the screams of people screaming as the Israeli government burned men, women and children alive. They burned them alive. And the world stands by while 15,000 children are being slaughtered, 35,000 men and women and children. And it's unbelievable, the genocide that's happening. A child with no head, and the Israeli government say it's a mistake. I hope Benjamin Netanyahu burns in hell the same way them children and their families burned. I hope him and his generals and the far-right government in Israel, that when their God finally brings him to the resting place, that he deserves to burn in hell. Because what is happening now, not alone is it apartheid, not alone is it atrocity and a war crime, it's just horrific. It's just horrific what they're doing. Where is their soul? Where is the soul of the Israeli people that allows their government to do this to children? Where is their humanity? The Israeli people, the Jewish people, after everything the Jewish people have suffered down over the decades, that they would allow their government to do this to other human beings. Human beings. But in the eyes of Netanyahu and this far-right Israeli government, Palestinians are human beings. But today here, the Irish people say, we recognise Palestine. We recognise that they are human beings, just like every one of us. Shame on Israel. Shame on what they've done, and will never be forgotten.
When those who are occupied refuse to submit, when they continue to resist, we drop all pretense of our civilizing mission and unleash, as in Gaza, an orgy of slaughter and destruction. We become drunk on violence. We kill with reckless ferocity. We become the beasts we accuse the oppressed of being. We expose the lie of our vaunted moral superiority. We expose the fundamental truth about Western civilization. We are the most ruthless and efficient killers on the planet. This alone is why we dominate the wretched of the earth. It has nothing to do with democracy or freedom or liberty. These are rights we never intend to grant to the oppressed. Honor, justice, compassion, and freedom are ideas that have no converts, Joseph Conrad reminds us. There are only people without knowing, understanding, or feelings who intoxicate themselves with words, repeat words, shout them out, imagining they believe them, without believing in anything else but profit, personal advantage.
Arya Nair, he's a giant in the world of human rights and a survivor of genocide himself. He was born a Jew in Nazi Germany. You, I think, only one time accused a country of genocide.
Yes.
Saddam Hussein's attempt to eliminate the Kurds.
The Kurds.
You have concluded that Israel is guilty of attempting genocide.
Yes.
That's a very heavy charge.
Yes. 2,000-pound bombs, which are utterly inappropriate in a crowded urban area. A bomb like that can kill somebody 2 football fields away.
Human Rights Watch co-founder and Holocaust survivor Arya Nair was on CNN over the weekend speaking to Fareed Zakaria to share his opinion about why he feels that Israel is currently carrying out a genocide in the Gaza Strip. Now, he made his case while speaking to Fareed Zakaria, and he pointed to specific reasons why he feels this way. Now, I want to be clear that he actually did not initially agree with South Africa's allegation that Israel is carrying out a genocide, but he ended up changing his mind, and he's about to explain why in this next clip.
What changed my mind was that over a period of time, Israel has obstructed the delivery of humanitarian assistance to Gaza. And those who have been most severely victimized are not the members of Hamas. Men with guns ordinarily find a way to get food and to get fed. But it is young children who are most severely damaged by malnutrition and who will either starve to death, or if they survive, they will be diminished for the rest of their lives, diminished physically and psychologically by the severe malnutrition they are enduring as children. And I thought that severe obstruction of the delivery of humanitarian assistance amounted to genocide.
My father survived Auschwitz. I ask you all here, what about Israel? You are rightly putting sanctions on Russia for committing the war crimes which it does. But when will you put sanctions on Israel? Yes, Mrs. von der Leyen, you very elegantly avoided the question which I was asking to you. When will the European Union put sanctions on Israel to stop the war in Gaza?
यूनिवर्सल टेलीविजन को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। उसके बाद बेल बटन पे क्लिक करें और अपने कमेंट्स के सेक्शन में अपने कीमती जो ख्यालात का इजहार ज़रूर